Well, good morning.
Good morning. Hello.
We are in Luang Prabang, Laos, and I got my driver with me. This morning we're gonna check out a waterfall. So we're jumping again in the back of our tuk-tuk here, and off we're going. It costs about $25 a day to rent a vehicle like this and a driver that will take you wherever you want to go all day. They act as a translator for you. They'll take you if you want to stop and get coffee like we're going to do right now. Maybe get a bite to eat. And they'll take you to see various sites. So it actually works out really well. Let's go check out this waterfall. We're in Luang Prabang, Laos, and I have to tell you, I'm having a wonderful time. And I'm glad you're all coming along with me. Let's go. Okay, the driver said this is the place to go right here. It's called the Joma Bakery and Cafe. So we're gonna check this place out. Let's go inside and grab ourselves a little coffee. And being a bakery, oh yeah, we're gonna check this out. Let's go. Hello. Oh my goodness, look at this right here. Let's look at these little apple pies. Oh my gosh. That looks really good. This is another reason why I tell you it's great to just get a driver for the day. They know these locations like this. So they're gonna find these for you. We are definitely gonna get one of these apple pies to start the morning. Oh yeah. Thank you very much. Whew. Thank you. Whew. Here you go.
Oh, for me?
Yes, well, I'm eating inside here. Get some caffeine in you. While I'm inside. I'll be right back. I'm going to go eat. Have a good day. Okay, we got iced coffees here. We're ready to go. Let's head out to that waterfall. At the waterfall, the ticket was about $1 US, and that helps them keep up the park. They had these nice little electric vehicles too. It is a wonderful day hike to make your way to these waterfalls. No problem if you bring kids. It's all set up for that. And just so that you know, the river is super powerful. That's why I wanted to film a little bit of the river for you on the way to the waterfall, because it's just raging. So let's enjoy the walk up.
You know, one of the things that I love about coming to a place like this, it's out of the way, but you have some tourists here from all over the world. You can hear the roar of the water behind me. And you hear every language being spoken. And even here in Laos, you hear Vietnamese and you hear Thai in the language. You also feel the cultures of Vietnam, Cambodia, Thailand in the local Laotian culture, in the spirit. And what does that mean? To me, it shows that we have, as humans here on Earth, okay, we have built a construct. We have designed a construct called borders. But the world itself, the Earth, doesn't see these lines. Languages don't see these lines. The tastes, the sights, the smells, they don't see these lines. To them, there are no borders. Borders are only something that's seen by you and I on paper. When we go across immigration, they say, oh, you're going to cross our line. Stamp. Okay? They give us a little bit of ink that says that you're okay to cross this line. But here's something to think about. That line doesn't exist. It's not real. Borders are an illusion. They are a fabrication that we have designed so that we can control movement of people, so that we can control local economies. I am not necessarily saying that borders are bad. Who am I to make a judgment call on something like that? That's a massive statement to make. What I'm telling you is that borders are an illusion. That's what I'm telling you. And that's what I want you to think about today. When we travel, when we get on a plane, when we get on a boat, we go to another country, they tell us that we've crossed a line. But that line is a fabrication on paper. It is a delineation mark that immigration looks at and says, okay, now that you're going to cross over this, we need to know who you are. We need to know if you have, maybe $30 in some cases. Then they stamp, and then you are in another country. But that border is not real. Whether you want to argue the importance of it, which valid arguments either way. When I travel the way I do now, almost a year now of just full-time travel, over 2 decades of travel, but a year now of full-time nonstop travel. What I have learned is that there are no real lines on the earth. There's no line that says you are now crossing over into another space and you better stop right here. You better hold up because this isn't for you. That's not the way it really is in the real world. In the real world, languages cross over just fine. I have almost lost the idea that there are different nations. I know there are. It's in my head. And as I cross through immigration, it's like, oh yeah, wait a minute. There's another country here that I'm going into. But when you start traveling like this, you start thinking in terms of the earth. You start thinking in terms of the world and the planet that we live on. We don't think along lines of a border anymore. And that's an interesting mind shift. Your brain shifts. And you don't think about lines. You don't think about stamps on your passport. You don't think about changing currencies. You just start looking at people and interacting with people. And you start finding out that we're all pretty much the same. We all have a hope that where we live thrives, our family is healthy and happy. We hope that we live good lives and leave something positive behind for others. That's the same all over this planet. no matter what lines we draw, no matter how we divide up this planet into little economic territories, it doesn't matter. The reality is there's only one Earth, and we're all on it, and we're all part of the same species. Borders are an illusion. I really enjoyed coming to this beautiful waterfall today, and I'm glad that you had a little discussion with me about how my mind has shifted from the idea of individual nations. Now I'm thinking in terms of one planet. And while I travel and cross over from one country to another, it brings me back to that reality that I sometimes forget. We have a lot more countries to visit. We're going nonstop. We're continuing to travel the world, and it's not going to end anytime soon. And we have a lot more of Laos to see as well. I'm really enjoying my time in Laos. It is a wonderful place to visit and should be part of your next trip to Southeast Asia. I hope that you've had a wonderful trip with me to this beautiful falls, and we will talk again soon. And aloha. There he is, the mad dog of the waterfall right here. On patrol, defending the waterfall from all evil. The mad dog of the waterfall. Right there. He's keeping pace with me. He's not gonna let me up. Mad